Hey guys, so in today's course we are going to go over orders that are going to be placed online, and there's a couple of different components to this, so please pay attention. Some of these details are very important. So we have a restaurant profile here. Before we get to the dispatching board, two things we need to make sure that we have in here. To make your life easier, you have a field. Once you change the restaurant's order placement method to place online, you will get a new field that says ordering link. You make sure that you put HTTPS and then the link of the website, and I will show you why in a second. But wherever we need to place the actual order, this link needs to be there. Then we have dispatcher notes. These are going to be notes that are going to be displayed to us when we're placing an order, and we can quickly get this information to speed up the placing process. If you don't use virtual cards, in this case, I'm going to show you both scenarios. If you just want to use one business card that you have, you can just put that information here. So whoever is placing the order, they have a card on file so they can easily complete the payment process of the order. And then if we scroll down or expand this, you can see that just in case I put place on this website and then username and password as well to log in into the account from which we're going to place these orders. Now, under driver pickup instructions, it's always useful to keep the drivers in the loop and let them know what's happening. So in this case, we say order has been placed online and paid for. Pick it up at the restaurant under the name of test placer. Obviously, you can put anything in here. If you have a quote unquote fake name that you order food under, online, you can put that name in here and just use it for all orders. So now that we have everything set up here, another thing that we need to mention is the financial tab. So in the financial tab, you will have a field that's named payment method. Now the check, ACH, and unspecified is not going to matter to you much, but the POP, which is pay on pickup, and pay online are going to be very important because this allows this restaurant profile, once there's a order on the dispatching board related to this restaurant profile, the money can be moved to a virtual card that the dispatchers / placers can use to complete a transaction online. So what does that look like? We're going to switch over to the dispatching screen, and as you can see here, we have a order that says that we need to place it online and it's going to be paid online. So the next case scenario is going to be the pay on pickup, which we're going to go over in the second part of this video. So in this case, we have this order. It has been confirmed. It has not been sent to a driver yet because we want to make sure we have an order placed for them. So from here, we can click on the order. And then if we click place online, this is what I was telling you about the ordering link. If we click on it, it's going to take us to the link that we selected or that we input into that field. So now you can easily have your dispatcher / placer complete the order very quickly. Now, when they add all the items that are on the order, we can switch back over to the dispatching board and then we can double click it. And if we scroll down a bit, we are going to have a populated pay online card. Now you can use this number. This is a virtual card, and it's going to make it super easy for your placers to complete a transaction. Now in this case, let's say that this item costs $15, but online it costs $17, $18, $19. You can always go back down here, and there's usually a buffer, a smart pay buffer that loads the card with a little bit extra, just in case that there's like discrepancies between the menu prices. But if it's still not enough, you can go in here and say, hey, I want to load this card with $5 more just to make sure that the placer has an additional amount. And then you can see all the transactions that are made, transferred by who, and then you can see that we added $5 to this. Previously was a total of 18, and now we have $23 in this account, and now the placer can quickly complete the transaction. And now once we do that, we are going to be putting it into the placing mode. We're going to go through the ordering process, complete the order, pay for the order, and then we can click placed. And now we can say that this has been placed by me, and the pickup time, if the restaurant if once we place it online and the restaurant says, hey, this is going to be ready at 6:15, we're going to put 6:15 p.m. and it has been placed. So that is going to be how you handle the place online orders. And now in the second part, we're going to go over how the pay on pickup are going to be handled, both by you as the placer and by the driver. All right, so now we're going to go over orders that drivers need to place in person. So there is a couple of components to this side as well. We have the same restaurant. Now under order placement method, we got to make sure we choose driver PIP, which means place in person. And then on the right hand side, you will see that we have a little field that says allow drivers to mark orders as placed. This is very important when you have drivers placing orders in person, so you can automate that process even more so your dispatchers and placers don't have to worry about it. So we're going to check that off, put it to driver PIP, and then under dispatcher notes, you can leave that this is a pay and pickup restaurant only. And then maybe they say like they want it placed online at certain points of the time. You can also say that, but it's not necessary. That's very specific use cases. And then under driver pickup instructions, this is where you want to give the drivers the most information that you can. So it says place in person, pay with smart pay cards. Those are the cards that get automatically loaded for the drivers. And I'll show you one more thing regarding that. And then we just said, mark the order placed once you order the food, and mark orders arrived when you're waiting at the drive-through / inside of the restaurant for the said food. So once we have that set up, we're going to go to the financial tab, and the same we did for the pay online payment method, we have to do it for pay on pickup. So this allows the funds to be moved from your internal quote unquote account to move funds into the smart pay cards. So we will put this to POP. And now from here, we're going to go to the dispatching board, and you can see that there's a DPIP status. Now it is orange, so your placers and dispatchers don't have to worry about it, because once the order is sent, so what you need to do is click on the order, click on the driver, and then assign it. Now this will make sure that this order is linked to the driver, and then you will see a little button here that's driver communications. And as you can see, it's green here. That means the order has been sent to the driver. Sometimes if this doesn't automatically happen, you might need to click on it and then send the order to the actual driver. Now, once we do that, this driver has a driver PIP order, and you can see that it's a pay on pickup with Smart Pay. So what does this mean? If we double click this, before we check the funds, you can see that this order has now been accepted by the driver because this icon has changed. Now, once we double click it, we can scroll down, and the same way that the order has been loaded for pay online stuff, you can see that here we have a transfer that was automatically made for this driver, and they have $16.50 in funds. And now if we want to do that again, we can just transfer an additional amount if there's any discrepancies with the menu prices, and we can see the new total is $21.50. So now once the driver gets to the restaurant and places their order, they can themselves mark that order as placed. Now once they do that, they will be able to check on the items and mark the order arrived as well once they're confirmed that they're waiting for the food. And then before they leave, depending on the settings that you have set up in your backend, you can make sure that they have to check off each item before they can mark the order en route. This is a setting that can be found. It's not necessary to have, but it's useful to minimize the amount of errors that happen when drivers are placing orders and picking them up at the same time from the restaurant. So from here, you can see that the order has been changed to arrived, and now the driver can mark it en route once they're leaving. So this order process is very useful for fast food restaurants. Oftentimes, it's very hard to get contracts with big fast food chains. So, your McDonald's, your Popeyes, your Wendy's, you can increase your quote unquote inventory of restaurant that you have available. If you give customers more choices, that usually ends up being a better chance for you to convert that uh, site visitor into an actual client or customer. So that's going to be the process for the pay on pickup stuff. And make sure you take the quiz, and we will see you in the next part of the courses. Have a great day.